Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some of the Loc Rules that I break. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that I know typically that there aren't as many, if any, Loc rules for real. What I've gathered so far from the Loc community, everybody just doing what works for them. And a lot of those things might overlap, but for the most part, I haven't seen as much tension in the Loc community as I've seen in the natural hair community. But there are some things that I know that are kind of like no-nos, but I still don't necessarily feel shame about them because the Loc community has been so welcoming, so loving, just stress-free for the most part. For the sake of this video, I just wanted to share some things that aren't necessarily within the safety net or the guidelines of LOCs, but there's just things that I do that, yeah, I know maybe Yannie the Locologist probably would not agree with. All right, let's get into the video. You guys see the color, right?
Bleaching, developers, permanent color.
I've done it all so far to my locks. I know that's not really encouraged because of the damage and the breakage that can happen. I don't argue the fact that coloring your hair causes breakage and damage, but I do believe that there's levels to breakage and damage. Now, I can compare that to maybe like a car. You know, do you want a fender bender or do you want a 26 car pileup? You know, you have to decide. So when it comes to damage, I definitely feel like I'm more on the fender bender side of things. Like I don't want it to be overly damaged, but when you're dealing with color,
it's gonna be damaged, and that's period.
I always say that. So just be careful if you're doing color. So because of the color, another no-no that I'm indulging in is the fact that I use creamy conditioners. So at least once a month, I do use creamy conditioners in order to provide that moisture. So there's that. Another thing that I do that's a no-no is that I go in between interlocking and retwisting. Now, I haven't done that a whole lot, but there are just times when I'm wanting to just have maybe my first row or two look a little fresh. So I'll do that with retwisting. It hasn't been often. I could probably count on my hands the number of times I've retwisted my hair. But for the most part, I am team interlock. But when push comes to shove, a retwist can be really appealing. So yeah, I mostly interlock, but I go between both. I love Loc jewelry. I wear Loc jewelry, and I don't necessarily take them out even when I'm washing. So that's something that I know is kind of a no-no as well, keeping in Loc jewelry for an extended period of time. But it hasn't done, from what I've seen, it hasn't done much damage to my hair by keeping in my pieces. So I've gotten good quality pieces that haven't tarnished or broken or don't put excessive tension on my hair. So I feel because of that, I'm okay. And my last and final one is that I put quite a few knots in my hair. Not because of interlocking. No. So when combining my hair, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys a demonstration on exactly what I did, but I would 2-strand twist my hair, and then at the point at which the end of the twist was, I would just knot that to keep it together. I didn't want to sew or attach hair or maybe just leave it alone. So I knotted them. I don't think I was supposed to do that, but to me it was the only way that it was going to stay together. So That's what I did. A lot of my locks, you cannot tell that I did that. They've kind of fused together so well. Probably took about 3 to 4 months to fuse together with those knots, but it was at the very beginning of my journey when my hair was a lot more soft and pliable. I don't recommend doing something like that this far along in my journey. I'm almost 3 years. So, but at the beginning, especially with these postpartum edges, I just felt like I had to keep those locks together because they were hanging on by a thread. All right, guys, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know some of your lock no-nos, things that you don't want to tell anybody that you do with your locks. Come on, tell me. I won't tell anybody. All right, see you guys. Bye.